Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. All right. Welcome. Hello. I hope everybody's having a good evening. We've got another fun project we're going to work on tonight. Let me get my computer going here so I can see your comments and we'll get to dotting. Hi, Donna. How you doing? Okay. If you're jumping on, make sure you say hi so I know you're here. I have got the most fun color palette tonight. It's actually a really easy one, but a ton of fun. So I'm real excited about it. So this is template number 3 out of the April Easy Dot Art box. So hey, Kathy, good to see you. It's template number 3 for the April Easy Dot Art box. Hey, Randy, how you doing? Hey, Kathy. Yeah, happy spring. Oh my gosh. Yes, I'm so excited. Spring. Yes, it's awesome. So excited to have spring here. Yes, Randy. Oh my gosh, Randy. Yes. I kind of lost touch with you when you went on vacation. Good to have you here tonight. So this is template number 3 for the April box. I'm so excited to have you guys here for this one. I've got just a fun color palette that I'm going to do tonight. So I actually got to playing around with some different colors, and I am going to do, it's really a simple color palette, but just beautiful when you put it all together. So I have 3 different shades of pink, and I have 2 grays and a silver. So they are absolutely awesome together. So I'm excited to show you guys. Now, on this one, you'll notice we have a rather large circle in the middle here on this one. So we're going to start by using, hey, Peggy, good to see you. We're going to start tonight by using my Pittsburgh punch set. So I am actually going to use the largest Pittsburgh punch set piece that I have to do this center dot here. Let me tell you the colors we have: bubblegum pink, slate gray, petal pink, zinc, royal fuchsia, and then we have dazzling metallics, shimmering silver. So this is just going to be the most wonderful color palette. I am so excited about it. So we're going to start with our bubblegum pink, and we're going to start with the very largest Pittsburgh punch set piece that I have. So for those of you who have not watched me before, the Pittsburgh punch sets have 28 pieces in them, and this is the Big Daddy. So we're going to use that right in the center. Now, the fantastic thing about these templates is we do not have to look for the center on these templates. For those of you who have not seen me do this before with these templates, these are what is called design lines. So the design lines are laser etched right into this 1/4 inch MDF board. So we have our design right in there. The center is there for us. We don't have to worry about finding the center. It's all ready to go. So I've started here with this bubblegum pink. So I've got that in the center, and we're just going to work our way out here, and I'm going to alternate colors. I've got to just sample sizes here, and I think we're pretty good on this one. And I'm going to work here on this gray and pink palette, just alternating back and forth. Now, this is an 8-sided mandala, so I'm just going to go north, south, east, west, and then we will go ahead and do the in-between. Now, the easy thing about this design that I have here, there are actually flower petals the next couple of rows out, so I don't really have to worry about even getting them lined up, simply because all I'm doing is putting them in the center of the flower petal. So let me show you what I mean by that. So in this design, there are actually 8 petals here going around. So basically, I am just lining these right up with the center of that petal. Now, as I go out to the next row, I'm going to use the same size, and I'm going to use this petal pink, which is almost kind of a purpley pink, and I'm going to put them right where they are in the center of the previous row. Now, the nice thing about that is they actually are at the base of those same petals that I was just talking about. So this design is phenomenal. It really allows you to line up everything you have with the design lines, and it helps you to really get your mandala even and right on track. So you don't have to worry about it going all wonky. A lot of times when people start with creating their dot mandalas, they actually have trouble with getting their mandala lined up center-wise and then keeping it centered throughout. So with this, the great thing is you do not have to worry about that because your design is all lined up simply with the design lines. Now, I want a little accent piece in here, so I'm actually going to go in between here with this really pretty shimmering silver. So these are all Deco Art colors that I'm using. They're all Deco Art Americana matte finish, except for this one that is metallic. So with the metallic, I'm just going to be using it throughout the design just to add a little bit of glitz and glimmer to this piece. Oh yeah, me too, Randy. So actually, I got my pieces the other day and I'm getting ready to paint them. So I'm so excited to do the sample pieces for the retreat. And I'm just really excited to share that with everybody. I think it's going to be so much fun. Okay, now we are going to do a little bit bigger. You know what? I think we might do some swooshes. I think some swooshes would look really nice right in this area. So let me just kind of play around with some sample sizes here of what I might actually like to do. And I think we're going to do our brightest pink, which is Royal Fuchsia. And I think that would be really pretty right here on these little petals. I think it would just make a wonderful statement color right here coming off of those gray and silvers. So this gray and silver color combo, I love this together. I have not used this in a while, and I thought this would just be the perfect template for this because of the flower design, and it's something just totally different. I will not show them except to you, Randy. I'll show them to you. I know they're a secret. So yes, we will not be sharing that secret with anyone. That is a hush-hush. So everybody, Randy's talking about the Diverse Woodworking painting retreat that's in July. So I'm really excited that Randy has asked me to participate as a demonstrator there. Yes, and Pam gets to see him, of course. So I'm excited that he's asked me to participate as a demonstrator for that painting retreat. It's going to be so much fun. I am just thrilled to be able to show off the Easy Dot Art and the templates that Diverse Woodworking makes for me. It's going to be fun. And then just to introduce people to the world of dot art. A lot of people have seen dot art before, but they don't know how to create it. So I'm excited to be able to introduce that to all of my creative friends at the retreat. So that's going to be in July. I'm excited. Okay, how are you guys liking this pink and gray color combo? I love it. I think it's really pretty. It's just something different. I have not shown you all the pink and gray before. We've been doing a lot of really bright, springy colors. So this is just a little bit different. So I'm glad to be bringing this to you tonight. Okay. Ooh, look at that. You like that, Peggy? You like the pink and the gray and silver? It's pretty, isn't it? I like it. Okay, now I have a really dark gray. It's called Zinc, and I think I'm going to use that right here for the next. Now I am going to go in here and just kind of work on that size. I don't want to make this dot too big because I do want it to really kind of nest down in here between these petals. so it can be just like a foundation part of this part of the design. So I'm going to nest that down in there, and then we'll see where we go from there. But this dark color is really nice. It's just a really hardy gray. It's called Zinc. So it's a Deco Art Americana color. And I love it. It's really a pretty one. Good call on the swooshes. I think so too, Lauren. Thank you. And you know what? I might have to throw some more in because I think that would be, you know, we always need a lot of really good swooshes. So, as a matter of fact, that's what I was thinking about doing in this next area. So, the next area on our design lines here is right here. And I think it would just be phenomenal to have some awesome swooshes right in there. So, let's go back to our beginning pink. And we're going to see what a swoosh looks like here. And you know what? If we don't like it, we can change it. But I think we will. So I wanted that foundation gray dot in there because I wanted it to look like the beginning of where these swooshes are coming off here. So we're going to do a two-sided swoosh deal, and then we'll see what kind of room we have left to be able to fill in around there. And I think this will be really pretty because it'll make it look like this flower is just blooming. Yes, have no fear. I will be using the color-coded drill bits for those designs, the top secret designs. Yeah, have no fear. Okay, oh my goodness. Look at these swooshes on here. That is gorgeous. Now we're going to come back in with just a smaller swooshing tool, and we're going to come back in with that bright pink, and we're going to get the underside here, and then we'll think about what we want to do on the top side. So I like to go all the way around one direction, and that way I can keep my brain going in the same direction, and then we'll go back and we'll go the opposite direction. That way. Yes, the magical swoosh tools. I tell you, people would not believe the easy DIY tools that I use. It's so funny because there's a lot of really expensive dot art tools out there, but the majority of what I use are DIY, easy, accessible tools that everybody can get. So that's the beauty behind it. You don't have to have the best, most expensive thing to create beautiful art. Hey, Tammy. Which part, Tammy? Which one are you asking about, dear? My box is 3 designs per month for $25 for my subscription box. Is that what you mean? Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and do just a little bitty swoosh here out of the, let's see, I have to look and see where I did that. So I'm just pulling a small little swoosh here out of the area where the 2 bases of those meet together. And that's just kind of bringing a little color right out of that base area there. And then we'll go back and go the other direction. All right, and that is just really going to fill in that base area of each one of these petals. Hey, Judy, good to see you. Hey, Tammy, no, everybody goes out and gets their own tools, so they're really easy to find. The tools are available at Harbor Freight. So you can just get those there. I basically use drill bits, and I also use the Pittsburgh punch set. So those are all available at Harbor Freight really inexpensively. So, you know, they're really easy to find, easy to come by. Okay, so I've got my swooshed area filled in here, and we're going to go ahead and work on this section here, which is the outline area of the flower of the mandala. So I'm going to work back in with some of that really pretty silver, and then we may pull in some of the grays as well. But I love that silver highlight, so I really want to make sure that I am highlighting that. I'm just working on trying some sizes here on this, and I want to make sure that I get the best size for this area. And like I said, I'm coming back in with that shimmering silver right at the point of each one of these outline areas of this flower petal. And that's just going to really put a nice shimmer at the point of the petal. And then we'll probably come back in with some maybe grays and pinks here and see what we can do to really make the edge of this flower stand out. Okay. Now, so far, really, I have only used, including my large one in the center, I've only used 3 size tools here. So I've got these 2 plus the very large one that I used, plus my swooshing tools. So those are just a little bit different. So I'm not counting those in my sizes, but I've really only used two tool sizes. So that is pretty good. Now I'm going to come back in with that same blue that I just used, and I think I'm going to alternate some of these really pretty pinks here and just give a real nice outline with the pinks. I'm going to go all the way around and just give a nice alternating dot outline on this so we can give it a really pretty extra punch of color here. And I think that'll be really nice. And we'll catch this last little one on this side. All right, now I'm going to come in with, I haven't used very much of the dark gray, so I do want to come in and put a dark gray on each one of these. And we're just kind of alternating to bring some of these colors in here together. So each time I'm dotting, I am going back and going into the paint again. That way, every one of these dots is very similar in size. So it's a little more time consuming to do it that way, but it gives a really nice effect because you've got all of your dots the same size. Now, if you want your dots to decrease in size, you just simply dip in your paint one time and then just dot out. And that will decrease your size on your dots. That's what's called walking the dots. So that's a great way to decrease the size on your dots. You just dip in your paint one time and then you dot, and that will decrease your size so that the dots will get smaller as you go down. And I think that's really pretty. It's given a lot of color here to the outside edge of our little flower here. And then we'll finish off with just a silver dot here. And it's just going to be really one silver dot will fill in each of these areas here. Now, the next one out, I will show you. We've got another area where I think we could do some wonderful swooshing here. Okay. All right, very colorful. All right, you guys, you probably cannot see how awesome those pinks look. So when I'm done, be sure to check back and see the final picture. I always like to do the final picture so that you guys can see how bright and vibrant all the colors are. Now, before I go out too far, I think I'm going to go in with just my small nail art tool. And I want to grab this bright pink here and go right at the top between these gray ones in this small circle. That'll give that a little more punch of a color in there and fill in that little spot. So that area is a good size area there. So I've got some little extra room where I can just tuck some dots in. So that's one of the neat things about these design lines. You don't have to completely fill everything up as you're going out, which is what you would typically do if you were building a mandala without a design line. You would fill up all the way as you go out. With these, you can actually go back in and fill into areas that look like they have not been filled in all the way. So that is just one of the great things about these design lines. Now, speaking of that, I think I do want to go back in here with this other pink. And I just want to, I'm going to take the small end of my nail art tool, and I just want to put another little swoosh in here with this. This is that petal pink. And the petal pink has just a little bit of a, almost a purplish tint to it. So it's a really nice contrast to the other two pinks that I have there. And I have a little space here on this petal, so I'm going to go back in and just fill in with that petal pink just to get that area completely filled up so that those pointed petals ends look really nice. And I think that'll really bring all those colors together. That's one of the things I like to do when as I'm painting these mandalas. I like to make sure that colors are dispersed throughout the design, so that you can look at the middle, you can look at the as you go out, or even once you get to the end, and you'll see all of the colors everywhere. Hey, Katie, good to see you, honey. I'm glad you like the colors, the pink and gray. Those are some of your favorites, aren't they? Good to see you on here tonight, dear. Okay, so this next area that we're going to are these small little inner petals. Now, there's a couple different things we could do here. We could leave this as negative space here and let that black just be where it is and fill up these areas. But I think today I want to go ahead and do some more swooshing in there and really have that stand out. Now, I think what I'm going to do, I want to take one of my smaller swooshing tools and I want to do some of that silver. I think that would be a really pretty swoosh mark here with the silver. So let's see how that does. And I just think that that's going to be phenomenal. Now I've got the little silver dot on the inside edge here of that. So that just makes a nice little connection there. And on this one, I'm dragging inward so that the larger part of the swoosh is towards the outside. And then we'll go in and we'll just fill these in with some other colors. I do like to either one color, 2 or 3 is generally pretty good when you're filling in with the swooshes here. So I think I'm just going to follow these colors here and do that bright pink right beside it. And then we'll fill in with the dark gray beside that. We don't have any of the dark gray in the swooshes, so that'll be real nice to go ahead and incorporate that into the swooshed area. And then the other thing I like to do at the very end, I like to end up with the lighter colors on the outside so you can really see the edge of the mandala really well. And then I'll come back in and just give this some good swooshing here. And Oh, hold on, my computer's acting up here. All right, so we'll just continue here with the swooshes, and then I'm going to put that dark one in there, and we'll see what that looks like. I'm loving this pink and gray. I hope you guys like it. And then we'll get this dark gray in there right beside. So I'll just tuck, this is that zinc gray. I will tuck this in there. And see what that looks like. Okay guys, hold on here. My printer decided it wanted to try to update the program there, so I think I got it taken care of. I'm back to seeing you again. Sorry about that. So I'm just pulling that zinc gray right along the edge of that really pretty royal fuchsia, just to finish off that little swoosh section there. Okay, oh, that's looking really pretty. Okay, there, we got all that finished up on that one area. Now I'm going to come back in. I'm going to test my size here, and I want to go with that, let's see, I think I want to do the light gray in this area because we haven't done a whole lot of light gray. So I want to put the light gray here, and we will do just one dot at the top of each petal, and then I'm going to go just a little bit smaller because the petal does get a little thinner as it goes down. So I'm just going to go down in size here on my tool and finish off that petal on each side. Okay, so and I'm going to use the same light gray. Now, one thing you can always do with this, after the mandala is dry, you can always go back in and top dot with other colors. So if you have not seen me top dot before, what that means basically is that once the first layer of dots is done, you go back in with an alternating color of some sort, and you place a top dot on top of the dot that was there to begin with. Now you do go down a couple sizes on your tool to make sure that the under dot still stays visible while the top dot lays on top. So that's a great way to bring more color throughout. Hey Joanne, how you doing? Raining in New Mexico. Oh my gosh, yes, there's some crazy storms getting ready to come through. Thank you. I love these colors too. I haven't used these pinks and grays in a while, and I thought, oh, that would be really fun on this flower design to incorporate the pinks and grays. And I've even got a little bit of that beautiful, dazzling metallics, shimmering silver. So that is such a great color combo. It's so much fun to have the different pinks and grays together. Back around Christmas time, I did some really pretty ornaments in pink colors, and I haven't really done all pinks since then. So I'm glad to be bringing out this color palette again. People don't really think about gray being a nice spring color, but it looks so pretty with the pink. Okay, loving that. Now, I do have a little space on each side of these lines, so I'm going to come back in and just do a little bit more of this bright royal fuchsia, and I just want to put a dot along each one of these to really highlight the edge of this. And I am redipping. I'm not walking the dots. I'm redipping, and I am using the small end of my nail dotting tool. So this is I call it my Dollar Tree dotter. I got this at the Dollar Tree. So if you guys have not been to the Dollar Tree to check out their craft section, if you have a Dollar Tree close to you, go check out their craft section. They got all kinds of things. I never thought I would find dotting tools at the Dollar Tree, but they do have them, or mine does anyways. So these are the Dollar Tree ball dotters. So these are great for dot art, but they're also great like to work with clay and things like that. Of course, I use them for dot art, though. They're great for that. And even just regular painting. It's always fun to have tools to use to put dots in there. Of course, you can always use the back of your paintbrush, but it's fun to have tools to kind of regulate the sizing there on your artwork if you're going in and putting dots in. Okay, I think this touch of this royal fuchsia is just really setting that off there on the edge of that gray. I can't wait for you guys to see the really good pictures of this, because I know it's hard to see the colors here. If you guys saw my setup in my studio, you would laugh. I have so many lights in here to try to bring color and light to this, to my painting area. Shelly, that's in the Easy Dot Art headquarters, she said it looked like I was going to set my studio on fire. I had so many lights, and it's true. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 12 lights here shining down on my project. So I always try to get it to where you guys can see the color, but it does not always happen. Oh, good, Kathy. I love to hear that, because I do really strive to use a lot of different color varieties so people can see what colors they can put together as a combo, because, we all get in a color rut. I don't know if you guys do, but I know I do. So I really challenge myself to use different combos that people wouldn't think of. But I am one being guilty of being in a color rut. So yeah, absolutely. I love using the different colors. Okay, now I want to finish off in this outer rim with that light pink that is in the center, because we have that on our swooshes here, but I want to finish with this on the outer edge. And I'm thinking about doing some silver dots outside of that. What do you guys think? Just to bring that really pretty silver in there. But I always like to put kind of the lightest, brightest color on the outside edge so that so you can really see the edge. So I've got the same size tool here for a couple of these, and then I will need to go down in size. The little edge of the petal does get a little smaller. So I want to make sure as I go down that I'm accommodating for that smaller area there on the petal. So Kathy, what's your favorite color combo that you usually use? I know for me, I use a ton of teals and pinks, and one color combo that I know I will never get tired of is rainbow combo. I absolutely love to use a rainbow combo. So if you watched last week, I did a lot of rainbow combos for St. Patrick's Week. So not only was I doing rainbow combo in my lives, but I also did it in our private Easy.Art HQ. So I had a lot of rainbow pieces with gold, and so I incorporated that 24 karat gold. I don't know if you guys know that color from Deco Art. Extreme Sheen 24 karat gold is probably the most beautiful gold color. And it's just very, got a lot of sparkle and shine to it. And it does have an extreme sheen. It's gorgeous. So I incorporated a lot of that last week into my rainbow mandalas that I did. Okay, now I'm going to go down in size here just a little bit and finish off. Let's see here. I just want to finish off this edge here. Now I am walking this dot because it's really just ever so slightly smaller, and just by walking the dot it's making the dot a little bit smaller. So remember, walking the dot means you dip in the paint once and you go down in size. Dip in the paint and go down. And that just makes that ever so slightly smaller because you've offloaded paint previously. And then that allows to fit into that little spot there that I have left. Pink and silver and purple and silver, sapphire, ooh, sapphire and gold, yes. Teal, aquamarine, and tan, all of the ones you have done in the past 2 months. Yes, I agree. Oh my goodness. Now, I will tell you though, I have to push myself to use like some more of the tans and the browns. I don't do that very often. I have a hard time with the earth tones. Now, I do throw those out there on color choices, so for people to vote on. So I may do that for Wednesday's class. Would you guys like to vote on color choices for Wednesday? I might throw some color choices out there tomorrow for everybody to vote on. All right, how's everybody like this? All right, isn't that pretty? Now, I tell you what I might do here. I think I want to do just a little more swooshing. So what I would like to do is, let's see, I'm grabbing one of my larger DIY swoosh tools. And so when I say, thank you, Kathy, when I say DIY swoosh tool, I basically mean a pencil with an eraser and a ball earring. Those are my DIY swoosh tools. So let's see what we can do here to make an ending statement. Now this one, I tell you what, this swoosh tool, I need to glue it into my pencil. It has a tendency to twist. So let's see, we're going to fix this so you guys can see me fix something here. So I'm just taking a Q-tip and I dampened it in water. And I'm just going to fix that. I'm just pulling it up here and then we'll re-swoosh with it once I get this pulled up. Now, if you cannot pull all of that paint up, what you can do is what I call rescue paint. And rescue paint is simply black. So it's just redoing that background again. If you can't get that other paint to come up without messing with it too bad, you can do rescue paint. Okay, we'll let that dry. Now on this one, remember I said it just needs glued in there because it just turns. I just need to use a different one. I always seem to pull out this one. So we're just going to use this beautiful royal fuchsia. And I think this is really going to set this off. Anytime you can use, in my book, anytime you can use swooshes, you set it off. And I love that. Okay, now we'll go down in size, and I want to use my dark gray because I have not used a whole lot of the dark gray. So we're just going to pull that down in here all the way around. And then we'll probably finish up maybe with that purple pink. I was really unsure about the dark gray when I picked my colors out tonight, but I think this one turns too. So I think that the dark gray turned out really pretty. Let me fix this one. I'm having swooshing difficulties tonight, guys. Even those of us who have practiced tons of swooshing, at times it can still be challenging, that's for sure. Okay. Okay, oh, that's pretty. Okay, now I'm going to go down in size and use that really pretty petal pink, which is the purpley type pink. And it's different than the pink that is in the outer edge. And then I'm going to finish this off at the end. You'll see what I'm going to do here. Cleaning my tool off. It was getting a little bit gunked up here. Okay, now we're going to finish this off with a, I'm going to test some sizes here. I need to fix that one darker gray here. Now, I'm going to come in here with that really pretty silver and just put a base dot here at the bottom of these swooshes to give them a foundation to sit in. I like to do that way even if all the swooshes don't end up quite the same length, you can still kind of put all the little ends there in behind that base dot, and it just makes a little foundation for them to go into. Okay, you guys, yes, perfect touch, right, Kathy? Just finishes it off. Okay, I hope you guys like that. So this is design number 3 for the April Easy Dot Art Box. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll be happy to answer those for you. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, hi, it's so nice to see you tonight. So if you have any questions about the Easy Dot Art Box, just let me know. The link is at the top of the page, so you can find out all kinds of information about that. And if you have anything that you need that I did not answer tonight on the live, please let me know. Now, I will be back Wednesday night with this same template. I'll be back again on Wednesday night. We'll be doing a totally different design on the same template. So make sure you come back Wednesday night at 8 o'clock, and I will see you guys then. Thank you, Donna. Oh, you're welcome, dear. You're welcome. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Be looking for the pictures. I'll post some pretty color pictures. Thanks. Have a good night. Bye-bye.